So I thought I would talk a little bit about some of the exciting clinical things that are happening. And as Kevin has already described, we are now part of a much bigger system, which has posed interesting opportunities and challenges for us to figure out how to integrate in the larger system. But what we also know is we have to integrate ourselves, and that we tended to be, all of us in healthcare, but kind of siloed. Detox is here, methadone is here, ambulatory clinics are there, child services are there, when that's not reality for any of our patients. So I was thinking coming here this morning, if you just think about the life of one of our patients and his or her family, their first interaction with us might be a detox bed here, but it might turn out that what they really need is access to the methadone clinic downstairs. We haven't even, until very recently, done a very good job of connecting those two dots, even when we're in the same building, and how to make it seamless for a patient who really do well on methadone to be able to come directly into the clinic. That patient might have a spouse who needs some ambulatory care and might be getting care in our regular clinic. That same person at another point in life may end up needing in-home therapy, or we may need to interface with their primary care physician. Our patients come to us at discrete times, but their lives continue. It's a river out there, and what we need to do is figure out how to integrate our services so that it's easy for our patients to move within the different things that we offer, and that's been a big challenge. But Kevin already mentioned one of our efforts, which is integrating into primary care. The primary care physicians are just starved for this, for us behavioral health clinicians to actually be in their offices. Because if you think about it, all of us have a primary care physician. We can see them, but everybody has one. So that's a great place from a behavioral health point of view to do screening, to find the people that we're not finding who have substance use disorders or have a psychiatric issue that their life would be measurably better if we diagnosed it and could begin to treat it. So that's everybody. And then the very tip of the iceberg, if you want to think about it from a healthcare dollar point of view, are the people who are using all of our services. Those the 20% of our patients use 80% of the money in healthcare, and then as you get to the very tippy top, very few patients use gazillions of dollars and also have pretty crummy lives because they're having such a hard time. So we have a couple of different things going through LHBS, and you're going to hear about this because you're going to get calls from the community health workers taking a look at those tip of the iceberg patients who are in our emergency rooms 15, 20 times a year, admitted 7, 8 times a year. Almost all of them have something in the substance use disorder spectrum. Those are, and a couple of really serious medical disorders as well. So if we can get at those patients and wrap services around them instead of waiting for them to come for discrete bits of care in the detox or emergency room, we know we can make a huge difference. So we got a lot of money from the state to hire community health workers and create this sort of wrap thing for that tip of the iceberg patient. Ultimately, it'd be a great thing for us to be doing for all of our patients. As the navigator we all wish we had, whether it's for healthcare or for getting through insurance issues with your car. Who's out there who's an expert in the whole world and can help us navigate? So those are some of the exciting things we're doing. Again, you're probably already dealing with some of those tip of the iceberg patients, and you're going to hear from community health workers whose job it is to help our patients and us connect all the dots.